Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Terrible Tuesday. Yes, 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 folks. I said Terrible Tuesday instead of Terrifying Tuesday. This week only, I'm having a terrible movie, one that I had a very hard time watching. I've attempted this movie like 3 or 4 times before. At least one of those times I fell asleep. Today, I forced myself to get through it as best as I could. I didn't. I tried not to pick up my phone and start playing games or whatnot on there, or playing with the dogs, doing whatever. I tried not to distract myself with anything else around me. I wanted to keep my full attention, and in this one, it's very hard. Very, very hard one for me. At least for me. I guarantee there's people out there that love this film. Obviously, if it's gotten a DVD release by today's, and it's a newer release, it's cleaned up by somewhat standards. This one was filmed on an old, like, newsreel projector type camera, and it shows in places, and its budget is very minute, and they have a very broad scale of what they're trying to do. But the Gauntlet is trying to make it through it because it's so lame and boring, and the acting is. Oh, it's bad. It's head shaking bad. It's Manos Hands of Fate bad of acting. It makes little to no sense. They constantly are talking like they're reading off of the script in front of them, and with many of the things they're saying sounding almost like question marks. Like it sounds like they're constantly asking questions. It's very, very strange. I just have a hard time with this one. And this one came back out in 1987, so it is 33 years old. It's listed as 86 on IMDb, but on the case they list it as 87. So I went with that one just because since it's a newer release. I feel like it would probably be a little more accurate and a little more truthful with its releases on here. This one is not rated, which I can see why they didn't submit it for a rating, because it probably would have got a G rating, a PG rating, if that. It's very dull, and it does have a little bit of blood. It would probably get a PG-13 in my opinion. That's 2 days in a row I have movies that, in my opinion, would probably get PG-13 stamps on them. Maybe a hard PG. Especially for 87, because PG-13 was still kind of a new thing, and we had stuff like Indiana Jones was pushing the boundaries on that level, and this one does not really push that boundary. There is some cow mutilations in here, but they're done off screen, and when you do see the cow mutilated and it's writhing around in pain, it is clearly a very poorly sculpted claymation, stop motion animation stuff going on with it, and it is extremely terrible looking. Whoever did this is a better sculptor than me, I will say, but needed to practice a whole hell of a lot more before going on and taking on this one, because it's a train wreck. It's only running at an hour and 10 minutes, thank God, because that hour and 10 minutes, it seemed like 2 hours, I'm not gonna lie. It was very, very tough tough sit if you can't tell from everything I'm saying so far. As far as the cast goes, 99% of them, I have no freaking clue who they are. I've not seen them in anything else. There's only one actor in here, and that's John Bliss that I recognize, and he did a whole bunch of television stuff. He did, like, what was it, The Man with Two Heads, or The Two-Headed Transplant, or something. One of those Creature with Two Heads movies. He did some biker chick movie. I think it was the biker chain gang, or I can't remember. It's a women on bikes, biker type movie, if memory serves me correct. But yeah, he's about the only one that ever went on to do anything, and everybody else, this is about it. We got Al Baker also in here, and then Bill Buckner, not to be confused with the Bill Buckner of the Boston Red Sox fame of missing the ball going through his legs. Not that guy. We got Shelly Creel. We got Matthew Hixenbaugh, Katherine Hutson, William Jerick, Pamela Michaels, Harvey Shell, and Jackie Schnook, and Richard Taylor. Yeah, a whole bunch of nobodies that I have no idea who they are, but you can tell that there was some fun happening on here, at least. I'm sure somebody had fun. I don't know who. Maybe the actors had a good time, because they're, getting to make a film and have a good time that route. I don't know. And this is directed by Lawrence Thomas, a.k.a. Larry Thomas. This is Mutilations. This is something. I don't know how I'm going to really describe this movie, because it's not good. This is, however, the Massacre Video release, which I really love Massacre Video. They put a lot of effort into a good chunk of their films. There are stuff that they do have that's been released that the quality is a little subpar, but I do not blame them, not one single bit. It's the degradation of the film throughout time, so it is not their fault. So there's zero pointing at Massacre Video for any of those. And just from my standpoint, maybe somebody else might get upset with them, but I don't see a reason for it, because they do a great job with their packaging. Special features could be upped a little bit, because they don't really put a lot of special features in their movies. I think a lot of that is also due to the fact that there's such independent, underground, little, like, stuff that people don't really know about, some regional stuff that from back in the old VHS days that only people in certain areas knew about. So I understand that aspect as well. So that crosses off a lot of the special features problems. So that's my reasoning for liking Massacre, or for writing off the two bad things of Massacre Video, and it's some of the quality sometime of the film, which easily written off, and then of course the special features easily written off. But they do always add in a couple of trailers here and there. Sometimes they're trailers for films that they're going to release, or have released, or only released on like a VHS format or something like that. It gets a little frustrating, because sometimes I want all those releases done on a DVD or a Blu-ray format if possible. I would prefer DVD for a lot of those smaller ones like this one. Blu-ray is not something that it deserves, for one, and for two, it won't clean it up to any degree and make it anything better. So this is I would say the best way, the most definitive way you could probably watch this is this DVD from Massacre Video, which always, whoops, I forgot the DVD up in the player, so upstairs, but with Massacre Video, always has that reversible artwork, and this is what the old VHS artwork looked on it. It's pretty cool looking. I like it. I just happen to like this newer artwork that they put together a little more. I guess, I don't know, I just like it more. I'll just leave it at that. Let me get that. Oh, come on, you sucker fish. Close. There we go. Alright, guys. Mutilations. Now, oh, and as far as special features go, like I said, there's not a lot. There's a commentary on here from the director. There's a vintage television interview with I think it's one or two people from the cast and crew. And there's some other things on there. Not a lot. I'll go ahead and show it to you on the back there for you folks that really want to know. That's the specs on it. Alright, guys. I'll go ahead and flip this ugly bitch back around. Now, what is this about? It is about a group of students that are going off to investigate these local cattle mutilations. They're like astronomy type students. They're wanting to do studies of living beings in space. So not quite astronomy, because that's like the stars, but they want to be space scientist type people. So I don't know what the name of that job is, unfortunately. I'm kind of a dumbass. But they're going to investigate this stuff. It's in this small podunky town where everybody knows each other. There's a group of derelicts hanging out at one point, getting drunk, and they see the UFO landing. This group of kids they see at the very, very beginning, they're having a little meeting amongst each other with the professor, and they're looking up at the sky and and they happen to see this fireball go flying by, and oh, what is that, Professor, what is his name? Professor Jim McFarland. That's what I wrote down on there, because that's what it says on the box. But, they ask the professor what it is. Oh, it's just a meteor. But, and then another one, well, how often do meteors hit Earth? Not very many of them do. Most of them burn up in the atmosphere before they get here. That's pretty on par with how the acting is. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a better fucking actor than them. Yeah, I just dropped an F-bomb. Whoops. But anyways, I'm definitely a better actor than all these people. This is bad filmmaking. They find these aliens. They're all done with stop motion animation. The only thing that you really see that's any kind of interest with them as far as practical effect that I like of the monster is the actual claw hand thing that you see here on the cover. It's like it's like three clawed, and like this scene here, it's going through a doorway, and it goes through somebody's body, and that is one of the few like really good special effects. I mean, it's not real good, but it's one of the funner special effects to it, if that makes sense. And it's clearly there's two holes in one hole in the door. The actress is poking her body, her torso out of the top. Somebody is reaching through the bottom part of it, making it look like she's getting ripped through when her back is completely flat against the wall. One of those gags. So it's not very. It's a very practical gag, but it's not pulled off very well. If that makes any sense. But they're basically fighting off these aliens one by one. You find out there's aliens. You find out at first that you think it's only one, but throughout the film you find out there's like 3 or 4 more. I forget how many to be exact. There's a okay body count towards when it gets to its finale. Other than that, it's boring as shit. As far as ratings go, on a technical side, this thing's a nightmare. It's like a 2 out of 5. It's below average. It's not quite as inept as Snuff 102 or Bunny Game or The Butcher. Oh my God, The Butcher, the Korean film. I believe it came out in 2007. I think that's when it came out. But that one, it's got a guy on the cover with a pig mask and a chainsaw. Steer very, 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 very clear of that film. That film is it makes Manos Hands of Fate look like a masterpiece. This makes Manos look like, it makes Torgo and Manos look like he's a great actor. Now, as far as the entertainment side goes, this thing is a flicking one. It's piece of shit. Sorry, folks. If you like this movie, I am so sorry. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but this is a bad movie. And it's not even fun. I love cheesy, bad B, C, D, E, F, G, X level, Z level, crappy porn, not porn, but crappy movies. Why did I say porn? That was weird. Not porn. When I said X, I think that's why I said porn, but not X-rated movies. But you get where I'm going. It's bad. So 3 out of 10, lump of shit. Put that down. I'm tired of holding it. It hurts my hand. It burns it. That's how bad it is. No, I'm kidding. But tune in tomorrow. I have a really good one lined up for tomorrow. It's got a star-studded cast for as far as a veritable who's who for old-timey Western actors, because there is, I think, like 5 or 6 different actors in there that I'm like, oh yeah, that's guys from this, and this, and you know, and it goes on so on and so forth with all of these actors all 5 of these actors in there, and there's even very young David Caruso in this film for tomorrow. So do tune in for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be an awesome one. I can guarantee it. All right, guys. Love your faces.